Okay. This is from a bit. It's an appearance on a YouTube channel called Foolproof Theology. Very close to foolproof theology. If you notice the choice of branding there is kind of interesting. You get probably half the listener base talking about that podcast called Foolproof Theology. Don't need any other podcast but that one. It's foolproof. So, Curtis Yarvin on Foolproof Theology. And the fragment goes as follows. Here is the quote. It's just a fragment. ... Because they are natural bootlickers. End quote. Now, seeing as how the current political environment is so heated and interpersonal political discourse has now shifted to firmly scientific terrain, let us analyze that fragment. We'll start with because. The prepended ellipses and the opening quotation mark, I'll leave that to the side for now. Let's start with the word because. Okay, let's put because to the side. They. Now, if you notice with the word they, whenever I myself not mention the word they, but use the word they, as in to refer to a group of people, aka das Man, they, self, the group that has that identity, they. I automatically have slammed the brakes. Why? Because in human social relations, there is no metaphysical they. Are. A-R-E. Now, normally, we might want to push the word are aside, sort of like we push the word because aside. But in fact, the word are, A-R-E, is doing real metaphysical work here. Because now the fragment has expanded to they are. So not only are we using the concept of they, a straightforwardly universal quantification, now we're connecting with the copula of metaphysics. And so, therefore, Professor Yarvin, you can give us your metaphysics now. And we've only gotten from they to are, and I've already brought in Broughton, David Thomas Broughton. I've already David Thomas Broughton in Heidegger and the history of metaphysics with two separate words, they and are. Bootlickers. Bootlickers is a derogatory term that betrays a kind of discursive dialectical bias that basically disqualifies the speaker. Why? Curtis Yarvin has disqualified himself from being taken seriously in spoken discourse because he has absolutely illegally used universal quantification about humans combined with a predication that is purely derogatory simply for the purpose of what? Furthering his own Machiavellian aims in order to get himself into the most intimate proximity to power. These are all his words. Of course, he's speaking about the bootlickers when he's saying that. Of course, he's just projecting. Now, am I just projecting right now? No, I'm forcing myself through some, I'm slogging through some fucking analytical work right now in order to discredit people who act fancy and yet they don't even know how to spell their own name. Conceptually, that is. Can Curtis Yarvin spell his own name conceptually? No.